Hello and welcome to this video about the heart wall healing that I do. I've been inspired to make a video about it. I did write a blog about it a few years ago, and now I'm inspired to do a video because so many people don't really understand what it is. Um, and I think it's really important that people understand what it is because I think it's a powerful, powerful healing to be had. And it's something that I've been doing now for 10 years. And maybe that's why I've got a little bit kind of like expecting everyone to understand all about it when, of course, they don't. So, what is the heart wall healing that I'm talking about? The concept of having a wall around your heart um, is a concept that I think a lot of people can actually relate to. We all understand the idea of once bitten, twice shy. So when we've been hurt, the next time we're a little bit shy about being hurt, or we kind of protect ourselves, don't we? And then we have this attitude of, you can't hurt me, nothing can hurt me. Whereas the truth is, it's not that the things aren't hurting you, it's that you've actually energetically made yourself numb to being hurt. That's not the same as rising above the whole concept. Um, is there's kind of like two levels. We don't want to be numb to it. We do want to rise above, obviously, being hurt by releasing all the emotions we have within us. Um, but but making a wall around the heart and um, protecting ourselves emotionally, it might serve us in the beginning. Um, like especially if you're a child and you can't change your circumstances, or in the beginning it helps us cope with situations. There is a role for the wall. I mean, obviously, if you're having a traumatic time, it helps you function, but in the long term, obviously it's not serving you because, and this is the bit that we need to understand, is that our reality, or the reality that we're calling life, is a holographic projection of us and our energy. So we basically reflect ourselves back to us. Now, and we do that from the heart. The way I look at it, everyone has their own perception. The way I look at it is that we get this masculine energy from the sun, although the sun, I believe, is inside of us because we are the whole universe in one human being. But we get the masculine energy from the sun, the feminine energy from Mother Earth, which I think is also inside of us. And it joins at the heart, and that's where we create from. And so our energy, our divine love light energy, comes out through our hearts. And that's what we want to be reflected back to us, divine love and light. Can you imagine? That would be heaven on earth, wouldn't it? If we had divine love and light reflected back to us. But because we have this wall around our heart of trapped emotions, trapped negative emotions, of abandonment, anxiety, resentment, anger, fear, grief, shame, guilt, all of these goes on and on, doesn't it? Then that is what we're going to have reflected back to us. And think about it. If you are offering to the world a protected and guarded heart, then that's what you're going to receive from the world, a protected and guarded heart. And that's not the beginning of a good relationship on any level, is it? So a lot of people feel vulnerable giving up that wall because they think that on some level they need the protection. But of course, when you understand this process of reflection, the process of projecting this image back to you, then you understand that when you can allow your own divine love and light, which it is, when you can let your own divinity shine through your heart, then that is going to get reflected back to you. And there's nothing greater, there's nothing better than that. There's nothing that needs to be protected with that. That is all the protection that you need. So I think that's the way to look at it. But we need to acknowledge these emotions. That's the most important thing. We need to honor them. respect them. They have served us. And we need to understand that we can release them through our free will, and just through our level of consciousness. So that's why it's important to understand the process, because the more you understand about the process, the more you're going to be able to release these emotions. So that's kind of the concept of the heart wall. And it comes from a healing modality called the Emotion Code. The Emotion Code is a book and a healing modality devised by Dr. Bradley Nelson. He talks about the heart wall and the importance of releasing your heart wall. So in my experience, having been an Emotion Code practitioner for over 10 years now, I find that the heart wall is the first port of call, so to speak. If I have a client come to me, because I do other modalities as well, if I have a client come to me, it very often I get the message that the heart wall needs to be released first, because otherwise it's almost like you're blocking who you really are. I mean, the heart wall really is some kind of block. I visualize it like little bricks in the wall, and each brick is a trapped emotion, a negative trapped emotion. So we want to release them all brick by brick until that light can shine out. So the heart wall healing is, I usually do it remotely. I have recently started doing it in person as well, which is kind of bizarre for me because I work a lot quicker remotely. But I'm also very passionate about sharing the Emotion Code with other people, because it's a self-help modality. The book tells you exactly how to do it for yourself. You just need a little bit of confidence sometimes, and that's where I come in. So I enjoy helping people learn this for themselves. And of course, it's super powerful when you can do this for yourself. Now, because I've been doing it for so long, I've kind of taken it to another level, and I can release these heart walls quite quickly now. And I have found that the number of emotions that we can release in any one session, personally, I have found it's dependent on the level of consciousness of the person I'm working on. So it can take more than one session to release a heart wall. But it can also happen in one session. It depends on the level of consciousness of the person that we're working on. So it is different for everyone. But I do think that understanding this concept, and also understanding the Emotion Code, of course, that it is this amazing healing modality whereby once you have learned to either sway test yourself or muscle test yourself, some people use a dowsing. So once you've learned to be able to tap into that guidance through the strength of your muscles, you can then navigate the Emotion Code chart yourself and identify the emotions that are causing you issues. And then we use a magnet, although I tend not to anymore because we are magnetic. So we can just use our hand, and we run it down the governing meridian line of the body to release the emotion. Again, some people can use the breath. As a yogi, I often just use the breath as well to kind of bring the breath in to find that emotion. I can feel it within me when I'm working on myself or when I'm working by proxy for somebody else. And then we can exhale that energy as well. There's lots of different ways. I enjoy helping people personalize the process and make it their own, which I think is really valuable as well. So if you have any questions about the heart wall, please get in touch. I'll put details in below. I think that's everything I need to tell you about the heart wall. I hope that helps. And normally when I have done a heart wall healing, I will send the notes afterwards of the emotions that have been released. Now, for someone that's new to the Emotion Code in the first place, that list of emotions can be quite daunting. I understand that. But on the other hand, it also, I think, reading that list of emotions kind of triggers you into processing them quicker. It helps get them out because you're like, wow, I had all of these emotions within me. But also, please understand that the wall around the heart is just one part of your body. It is the first port of call, as I said, but we have trapped emotions in all parts of our body. So there are lots and lots of trapped emotions, and you've been trapping them your entire life. So please don't expect to get rid of all of your trapped emotions in one session. And as I said, I have taken the emotion code and the heart wall healing to another level. And I have found that I can release trapped emotions from past lives as well. And in the emotion code, there are inherited trapped emotions as well from our biological parents and our ancestors. So they're all important as well. And of course, there's collective emotions going on. So, at this time of the Great Awakening, it's really important to acknowledge all of these emotions that are within us and to understand it is the frequency of those emotions within us that are being reflected back to us, creating our reality. So if we want to have a more loving, more caring, more joyful reality, we need to release these low frequency emotions of shame and guilt and anxiety and fear, etc., and allow in this love and peace and harmony and joy. So, and that's what I'd like to do for you, or help you do it for yourself even better, right? Thank you for listening. Bye for now.